Okay, hi, my name is Attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III, and the question I'm going to be answering today is what kind of questions and problems pop up with a boating license for Social Security disability? Okay, first and foremost, remember some boating licenses are lifetime licenses. Like you pass the test and for the rest of your life, you have a boating license. Awesome. So no matter what, when the judge asks you in that particular situation, do you have a boating license? You're going to have to say, yes, Your Honor, ... I have a boating license. If you have a state pass for a boating license that only lasts, I don't know, like 3 years, 5 years, whatever, then basically you're going to want to be able to say, hey, I have it, I haven't been boating in forever, or it's been, invalid for 3 years, blah, blah, blah. You want to know that information before you go into the hearing. Okay, let's talk about basically when it comes down to the follow-up question, and the reason I just took a pause because I've had some claimants just blow me away with information where they'll answer it on one form where they're like, hey, yeah, I don't have this license, or I don't do this stuff, and then boom, when we're in trial, oh, well, last month, I went fishing. Take a moment, think about it. A boating license. Boaters, they also usually fish. When you have a fishing license, look, if you have a boating license, they can put you on a boat, you can sit there, you could turn over, you could, move around, you can have pain, but you can do things. But when you have a fishing license and you're fishing, it starts to become a little bit less reasonable to expect that the person is the disabled person that which they claim they are. So let's talk about why that is. Fishing, you've got to be able to do, and there's two types usually. There's the fly fishing, of course, which is the, long rod, back and forth, swoosh. And then there's the classic fishing, you just, When it comes to that, you also have to be able to pull that fish in. So we're talking about upward movement. We're talking about, back, shoulders, arms, general muscle. We're talking about coordination. Some of this stuff has some pretty heavy weight to it. How big of a fish are you bringing in, stuff like that. So if you're claiming a musculoskeletal claim issue, then you better be able to have a good reason why you have a fishing license and you're not able to do the things that what you used to be able to do due to your disabling factors. So just kind of remember, boating license, okay. The follow-up question, though, is the killer. Do you have a fishing license? Now, rarely do I see this, but sometimes when the judge is feeling really good, the judge will ask, do you own a boat? If you own a boat, guess what? It essentially makes you look as if you have the capacity to load the boat onto some sort of platform to transport it. Get it into the water, move it around, do all that kind of stuff. And for a lot of musculoskeletal issues, along with other disabling factors, cardiovascular, things like that, you shouldn't technically be able to do those things. Now, maybe somebody helps you with it. Maybe you're the owner. Maybe you haven't been boating in years. Maybe they just put you on the boat, but everybody does everything else. Okay, fine. In that, that's fine. But think about it. You're going to spend probably about, 7 to 10 minutes during a hearing explaining all of that. And when you're explaining in a disability hearing and it's taken a little while, that means that basically you are losing because the judge is doing an analysis on credibility. And most analysis that occurs in reference to credibility is actually a very negative thing. And the reason why is that if the judge even has to bring up in his mind, remember he's a human, or she, even has to bring up in his mind that there's a credibility issue, whether, you are credible or not, it's kind of like a credit card ping. Credit card pings your credit, and that lowers your credit score. Okay? Well, there are other things that can, but just think of it like that. A lot of people know and understand the whole credit thing where, it's like, they check to see what your credit is for a house, for a boat, for this, for that. It lowers it. It's kind of like a human brain. Checking credibility, it lowers the options, or it lowers in their head that rock-solid version of who they believe you might have been before you even walked in that room. All right? My name is Attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III. You have an absolutely wonderful day. We'll catch up later. And remember, by the time you watch this video, it may be old hat. And also remember that if you have a unique question for your unique claim, that's fine. Just give me a call. I'll walk you through it. All right? Thanks so much. Bye-bye.